Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and my first real YouTube video. Today starts the mark of a brand new journey for us, where I start to take the first steps into making this living room into my dream gaming room. You see, I recently started pursuing my passion for gaming and started streaming over on Twitch. However, I quickly noticed how poor the lighting control is in this space. It was definitely making me feel like I was either in a dark dungeon at times, and I'm not talking about your fun dungeon crawler type of dungeon either, or it was like walking on the sun with the sun glare. Needless to say, I said enough's enough, and I just started thinking about how I'm gonna make my dream room. Now I've seen plenty of people make multiple dream rooms, but in my opinion, that's not what I want. What I want is one room to rule them all, one room to bind them. Like Sauron said, you know what I'm saying? I want that one room that I'm never gonna wanna change, whatsoever. I'm gonna take it one step at a time, because it's a big project. Day by day, step by step, and you guys are gonna join me for the whole freaking journey. I'm gonna start off, more than likely, with the ceiling, because it's popcorn and I want it to be shiny. Basically, I wanna make a room that looks so amazing that I'm never gonna wanna change it. And I'm only an amateur at all this building. What could go wrong? All right, guys, let's get this party started. I'm so excited for this.
Alright, so in my excitement, I ended up losing all the footage of me taking down the ceiling fan and removing the shelf from the wall, but I loaded up the couch and got the first piece out.
Now the couch too. Couch part two.
Now, me and my girlfriend live in a trailer, so we're limited on space, so I'm just pulling these into the kitchen and stacking them on top of each other.
Now that the other part of the couch is out, now it's just time to clean up this mess, move the desks out, and then it's on to wrapping and spraying. Alright, the space is cleared out. Now it's just time to tackle the desks, and then it's on to the ceiling.
Now, with me and my girlfriend living in a trailer, and me moving that couch alone, I ran out of space very quickly. So I ended up putting these chairs in the back room and in my bathroom to save as much space as I possibly could.
Don't mind the poor cable management. It's just a matter of my cages didn't come here yet for the bottom of my desk. When they get here, this is gonna look a whole lot more cleaner, a whole lot more nicer. But till now, I have to take it all apart, move it all out. Yeah, let's go.
With the ever-growing thought of where am I going to put all this stuff growing in my head, I'm going to pull it into the hallway. At least my desk's going to go in the hallway. My girlfriend's going to have to go up against the wall, but I'm going to cover it up real good.
Alright, now it's time to unhook my girlfriend's and get that moved out to the best of my ability. I'm kind of running out of space to move everything. I think I might have to go section by section. This is going to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but I'm going to get to work.
Maybe I should take some cable management lessons from her.
Alright, now that I got all the desks out, well, I got the desks moved out of the way. Not enough space to move them completely out of the way. I'm going to go section by section since I have the fixture out. The desks are out of the way, the shelf is out, and now we just move on to popping off the trim and then spraying the ceiling.
I'm about to learn real quick to go nice and slow and steady for this. Yeah, lesson learned.
That's about to be my method. That is definitely about to be my method. Hit it in, shimmy it back and forth, hit it in, shimmy it back and forth. And I'm glad I took this off because the popcorn goes all the way to the seam. And if you're wondering why I'm using this instead of a hammer, it's because I can't find my hammer. Again, use your resources. We look for the nail, for the little tiny nail, put it as close to it as possible, hammer it in, or ratchet hammer it in, and then give it a shimmy, hammer, shimmy, hammer. And I'm only doing this because I don't have the pry tool, and all of these nails are actually put in all the way down to the neck. So, or all the way down to the head, so I can't get them out. This is just the best and quickest off the top of my head method that I could have thought of. Now I'm just going to slowly work my way down, shimmying it off and loosening it up.
So this is about when I start to encounter an actual issue with the wall, whereas this beam right here was installed after the trim, and I'm sitting here continuing to try to pry it off and wondering, how am I getting this off with this beam in the way? Luckily, I managed to figure it out later on, but as I'm trying to pry off the rest of these pieces, they come off real easy.
Alright, like I said, I'm going to go section by section, so I'm going to take off the side, no, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to start masking off the top, over here, and down on the floor, and then start to spray. Alright, I can't find my box of tacks that I have, so I just picked up 2 random tacks that I had poked in the wall already, and I'm going to use duct tape and just go placement by placement. Since I'm only going section by section anyways, I don't need to have it all tacked up at the same time anyways. In the end, it needs to be taped up so that I can do the painting later on, regardless. And if I'm being honest, I don't even need to tack it all the way up to the top. All I actually do is need to tack it here at the bottom so that I catch all the plaster and all of that crap directly in this. And then just later I'll just retape it up at the top so that I can protect the wall for the painting. Now excuse the wide angle lens shot that I have to do, but I want to make sure that I just get everything in this in just one easy go and I don't have to keep situating the camera so much. So, here we go.
I only ended up using 2 tacks for this and then ended up taping straight across the backside.
Now I made sure that I put the plastic just above, or I made sure that it was above the outlet so that they don't get wet as I'm doing this watering and stuff.
Now, the plastic wrap I ended up getting and using, I just bought from Dollar General. It's just a 12 by 12 sheet of plastic, and I just got 2 of them. It was super cheap, rather than going out and try to buy some expensive stuff, just some plastic. It's just gonna get dirty from paint. I wasn't gonna go out and waste the money on it. And with the very first start of the ceiling spraying, somehow I lost the footage from file corruption.
You know, I know that it hasn't been put up there for very long. It's not really old popcorn ceiling, but since it is falling very close to my face, sometimes on my face as it just did, I'm gonna wear my respirator.
You know, what had happened was I ran out of phone storage again, and I was transferring my files over just for it to end up being corrupted. I think it's time that I invest in a new hard drive. Now, what I had ended up missing out on was I sprayed the ceiling with a bunch of water until the ceiling soaked it up. Once it started dripping like it was raindrops, I scraped it like a hot knife through butter. I ended up learning all this from watching YouTube videos online, And after watching enough, I got just enough confidence enough to feel comfortable with doing it myself. But just look at that. I had already pre-soaked it. This was from the first one. And this is the second time going at it right now. And look at this. Look at this. It looks daunting. I'll give it that. It looks daunting. But then once I start to scrape, like a hot knife through butter. Really gotta give YouTube where credit is due. Because all of these techniques, everything that I learn, I typically learn through YouTube or through Google searches, my own research. But it's always super fun to figure it out. Now I'm just moving the computers back around to the other side a little bit. That way I can spray this other side of the room with water. This is going to be one of those moments where we don't realize that the camera gets moved on us, but we keep on working because we don't realize the camera isn't on us. But basically I'm just spraying the other side of the ceiling, getting it nice and soaked up so I can scrape it some more. And the fact of how excited I am at just how buttery smooth that this thing is sliding through this and how well this is panning out. Oh my god, I mean, just look at this. Just look at this.
My level of excitement for this is ridiculous. I'm so freaking happy that this ended up working out the way that I wanted it to. And this is just gliding like butter. It's not super... It's not super dusty or anything like that. Everything's going right to the floor. I just wait a little bit and just pull it right out. Right out the front door.
Couldn't truly ask for a better result. Now at this point, I'm just scraping all the main bits that I can get, all the main bits that I can see, and I'm going to be moving towards the edge of the ceiling and try to get as many of the nooks and crannies as I possibly can. Now, when I switch back to the hose, I'm going to end up having a kink in my hose. Per usual, I recommend if you're going to do something like this in the future, or if you're going to do anything like this at all, and you're going to use a hose, that you at least invest in a quality hose so that you're not spending a lot of your time undoing kinks in the hose constantly. But after I finish doing all this, I'm moving towards cleaning the walls, and then I'm shifting towards taking all of the stuff, as in all of the plastic, out to the outside so that I can get down to cleaning it. I'm going to have my girlfriend here help me carry it all out because the ground, the floor is soaking wet. Although it's on the plastic, I'd rather not spill it. She's not feeling very well, otherwise she'd be helping me more with the rest of this. But down to sheet 2.
I don't have a whole bunch of plastic wrap, and I'm going section by section, so I took down all the plastic wrap from the side that I did, and I'm about to spray this down, move it along into the hallway, and then continue again.
Now, if I'm being honest, these plastic sheets didn't actually cost me very much. I got them from Dollar General. They were 12 by 12s, I believe. And I'm pretty sure that they were like no more than $8. So I didn't actually have to do this, but why spend more money than I have to? Just spray it off with water. It'll be just as good as new. Time for a little break. My phone ran out of phone storage, and I had to, whatchamacallit? I had to send everything over to my tablet so that I'd have the storage on my phone. It's a whole process. Anyways, if it cut out short, that's why. But you didn't miss much. All you missed was me laying down the plastic in the new location, in the new spot on the ground, and I having it follow all the way through wrapping wrap. Now, there we go. Okay, but I'm going to eat my lunch really quick, or dinner, and then get back to it. Today, what's on the menu for today is chicken, mashed potatoes, and corn. Delicious. This chicken, mashed potatoes, corn, bussin'. Absolutely bussin'. This project's gonna take a little bit longer than I thought, but I'm making good progress. Really moving along. I gotta get that window fixed over there. It broke like a year ago. And I've just been reluctant to get it fixed. Winters though, when it was like that, it sucked. But me being camping so much, I know how to make it warm. I just put up a tarp, sealed it up real good, blocked the window off for airflow. But I'm gonna get it fixed. It needs to get fixed for the room. And that window's smashed. The reason we didn't get the window fixed when it smashed was we had a guy come in to check to see how much it was going to cost to get it replaced, and he said something like $200 for a piece of glass. And at the time, we were struggling. Me and my girlfriend were struggling with getting our car fixed and stuff like that. So priorities needed to be met. Now, I'm already doing the living room, but if we go over here, see where it cuts? That's a no-no. I'm gonna end up doing the kitchen. It's gonna bother me too much. So I'm gonna do this, complete this room, and then after I'm done with this project, then I'll move on to doing the kitchen. I don't know if I'll do a full remodel, but I will definitely be doing the ceiling. I'm already mowing it around in my head on exactly what I'm going to do to make sure that I don't have to take like cabinets or anything out. I'm thinking I just drape plastic wrap over the top of the cabinets and just hang it down. Make a little rainfall type of connecting thing. I'll figure it out. Okay. Sweaty. Really late. But I wanted to give like a little ceiling type of update. So this is now the smooth, no more popcorn ceiling all the way through. Now for a reference, that's not popcorn. That's popcorn. Not popcorn. Popcorn. We're gonna put this no popcorn throughout the entire house. The bedroom's gonna look crazy when I finally get to doing that. But right now, we're gonna stick to the gaming room and stick to peeling off this trim going around the rest of the border of the room. I only have that one wall done. But the rest, I got the rest to do tonight. And then tomorrow we'll pick up painting the roof. Yeah! Correction. I gotta clean up this plaster on the floor first. Then I can do the trim. I'm gonna start there first though. Now you guys already saw me take out the plastic the first time. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the second time. It's not like it's rocket science. Just folding up the corners, pulling it outside, and getting it ready to get sprayed down to be used for the walls so I can do the painting tomorrow. All right, the sun's already gone down. I just want to hose this sucker down before tomorrow hits. That way it's dry by then, and I'm not struggling to hang it up on the wall like I did at the end after spraying it the first time. So let me hose these down, get in there, start popping off the trim, and then we'll call it a night. Yep, we real life live in the middle of nowhere. As soon as the sun goes down, there's no street lights, just pitch black outside. It's that country life. Only downside of living out here, honestly, just the internet service. You only have one and you're stuck with them. This plan worked out so much better than I could ever have hoped.
This one done. Can I go back in?
Yeah, but not back in. It needs to just go sit on the front porch, drape over the front porch, and it'll dry. All right. Now that we're done with all the plastic washing off, it's just gonna go to the front of the house and just get dry for the night. I'm gonna start on the start finishing off the the inside trim. Now, I'm gonna be honest. This corner right here was probably the only easy part to this entire removal. But this right here, oh no. So I'm making my job easy and making sure that the pieces that I'm taking down, I'm labeling them with a Sharpie. I'm just gonna paint over them later, but it's just gonna make it easier in the long run for when I'm putting everything back up, that I know exactly where it went, so that I don't have to worry about the sizing and trying to play mismatch. Where did this go? This corner was the absolute worst. All of the pieces were wedged into each other, they were pressed in too hard, and they had way too many nails for such a small, tight corner. But I managed to get it out with a lot, and I mean a lot of effort. I tried not to snap the pieces because I almost snapped that very first one. Almost there. As you can see, it's taken the most effort. This side was just as bad even when it was by itself, which is crazy because there was nothing really pressed into it anymore.
Look how messy you are.
Hey, if I didn't have the plastic wrap down when I did all this, if you look at the ceiling, I would have been everywhere.
I didn't go home to get more plastic yet.
At first I needed it for to do the flooring, but I'll need it tomorrow so that I can do more painting than I'm gonna do. Otherwise I'm gonna have to take it down to multiple times. And I can't find my hammer, so this is my hammer.
Is your hammer in your truck?
Huh?
Is the hammer in your truck?
That's what I thought, but I didn't see it in there at all.
Probably in the bed.
Huh?
It's probably in the bed.
Oh. It don't matter now. But
So at that point, I just wasn't going to be able to see inside my truck bed to find the hammer. It was about 10 o'clock at night, so there was no chance. And with this wall, these pieces might as well didn't even had any nails in them whatsoever. They came off so easy.
Now, I forgot to hit the record button. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot to hit the record button when I was taking off the rest of the trim, but it wasn't that much. You already saw me take off that wall's trim. This side was actually a lot easier. You didn't miss much. Tomorrow is gonna be the real fun part. Actually get down to the painting. So tune in for that. Now, obviously with the spray method, you know, you can't get every little nook and cranny as pristine as you want it to be. So instead, after I got all the main bits off, I'm switching to my little small scraper, and instead of doing a whole scraping motion, I'm doing this like flicking motion to smooth everything out like this. So like this, and it just smooths it all back out. Anything I missed just gets flicked over either on the wall, on the floor, either way. I'm washing the wall. I'm going to be washing and cleaning the walls, and the floor is going to get cleaned up and everything too. But that's just how I'm going to smooth it all over. If you're all wondering, well, there's little spots that aren't finished. You missed a spot there. You missed a spot there. Don't nitpick. I'm not missing nothing. It's going to look good. Promise you that.
All right, time for a quick little walkthrough. Show the progress that we've made so far before we end off this video for the night.
Well, it's late now, and I'm filthy. I finished the roof, or the ceiling. I removed all the trim. I don't need to go all the way to the edges with removing the popcorn ceiling. You're not going to be able to see that little edge anyways when I do the repainting and everything. I'm going to be adding some lights going around the rim of the whole room so that the whole ceiling is illuminated, but I'm going to do that after I paint the ceiling so that I don't have to worry about it. You know, step by step, pace by pace. Told you, taking this one step at a time. Tomorrow I'm going to pick up with paint. Just remember to keep checking back in. I don't know if I'm going to have these videos out every single other day, because I'm still going to need a day to like mash it all together, edit it, and make it look at least presentable and nice and pretty for all you guys to enjoy. But I want to say right now, I'm probably gonna crash. I'm tired. Just remember, you know, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, you know, that way you don't miss out. You know, all the fun stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.